For an average residential house construction, the cost of labor, the cost of material, and the contractor's profit is in the ratio 5 to 13 to 2. A house of style 1 has a total cost of $249,000. Calculate the cost of labor for this house. Now, in order for us to calculate the cost of labor for this house, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to determine, okay, what is one equal part? And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the total cost, which is 249,000, and divide it by the sum of our equal parts, which is 5 plus 13 plus 2. That's what they gave us in the question. When we add 5 plus 13 plus 2, we get 20. And so we have 249,000 divided by 20, which is going to give us 12,450. That is one equal part. But what we want to figure out is we want to figure out the cost of labor for this house. Notice that the cost of labor right here, the cost of labor amounts for 5 equal parts. The cost of the material amounts for 13 equal parts. And the contractor's profit is 2 equal parts. But again, the cost of labor is 5 equal parts. So we already know what is 1 equal part. So if we want to figure out what is the cost of labor, we have to multiply that 1 equal part by 5. And so the cost of labor for this house is going to be 12,450 multiplied by 5, which is going to be 62,250. And so the answer here is 62,250. Next, the question states, that a house of style 2 requires 75,000 for labor. Calculate the cost of material for this house. And so we're going to do the same thing. We have to calculate what is one equal part. Now, what is one equal part? Well, one equal part is going to be 75,000 divided by 5. Now, why do we use 5 in this case? Because they already tell us that $75,000 is for labor. And we know that labor amounts for 5 equal parts. And so this 75,000 is basically 5 equal parts. So if you want to figure out what is one equal part, you have to divide 75,000 by 5, which gives us 15,000. So we know that one equal part is 15,000, but what is the cost of material? Well, cost of material accounts for 13 equal parts. And so that means we're going to take 15,000, which is one equal part, and we're going to multiply it by 13. So 15,000 multiplied by 13 is going to give us 195,000. So the cost of material for this house is 195,000. And that's the answer for this question. Next, it says a house of style 3 gives a contractor a profit of 32,500. And they want us to determine, or they want us to calculate the total cost of this house. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine what is one equal part. One equal part is going to be 32,500 divided by 2. Now, why are we dividing it by 2? Because the contractor's profit accounts for 2 equal parts. And so that means that this 32,500, it represents 2 equal parts, but we only want one equal part. And so we're going to take 32,500 and divide it by 2, and that gives us 16,250. That is going to be one equal part. Now that we know what is one equal part, we need to figure out the total cost of the house. And the total cost of the house is going to be one equal part multiplied by the sum of our equal parts. And so it's going to be 5 plus 13 plus 2, right? And what is that? That's going to give us 20. And so we have one equal part, which is 16,250. Again, 16,250 multiplied by 20, which is 5 plus 13 plus 2. And when we do that, we get the total cost of the house. And the total cost of the house is going to be $325,000. And so that means that the total cost of this house, based on the information that they gave us, is $325,000.